Hey guys, this is Allie Streeper and this is my 1-hour workshop on RAS Kids. I'm going to start out with my online component. This is my Weebly website that was created to go along with my workshop. So the first page starts out with what is RAS Kids. We talked about blended learning so much in some of our other classes, but RAS Kids is a blended learning program. And it's kind of like guided reading, but it's the online tool that the kids can use, and they can use it at school or they can use it at home. And it's got leveled books and quizzes and incentives for the kids. So our county bought it for our school this year to use. So I wanted to make a workshop to show the teachers all that it can do. So we would start out looking at this page of what is RAS Kids. I've put in the invitation at the bottom. Then we would go over to the agenda. In the workshop, I tried to show the teachers how to log on. We watched a video on how to build their profile and to change their password. We set up their rosters, and then we did the activity and looked at additional resources. I also have a workshop agenda that I'll show you a little bit later, but I created it so the teachers could take notes. There was also sticky notes if they wanted to, but that was kind of a place that they could write notes and questions for the question and answer session at the end. And there you can see the detailed lesson plans if you clicked there. So we started out in the how to log in section, showed teachers the email they were looking for from the county, kind of how to get started. The username and password start out really crazy, so I wanted to show them how to make it something easy to remember. Then we moved over. This is where the teachers learned about kind of the filing cabinet they could use in the program and how to access their history. This video you could only see when you were logged into RAS Kids, and I couldn't find it on YouTube, so that's why it's not embedded like some of the other videos are. And then I made a video myself of getting the students' roster set up. And then for departmentalized grades, it was a little bit different. So I made kind of a how-to document for sharing students for teachers that are departmentalized. Then we went to our activity. So one of the main goals was teachers looking at the student reports and then analyzing it and creating individualized lessons for each of the students. So I kind of showed them how to access the student reports, and then I told them to get in groups, and they made a few notes about the different reports. And then based on those notes, they try to assign lessons to students or the class based on their weaknesses. So there's just kind of an example of what their screen looked like. And then they went in and tried to figure out what would be best for the kids. And then we had an additional tools section where I showed some of the other things that they could use: assignments, projectables, books. There's whole parent access. There's ebooks, and then there was kind of a cheat sheet that I made to go along with that. And then obviously there was a resources page where I cited all of my stuff. So if we look at the rubric, I had my 3 or more handouts, and I had my online component. There's also a lesson plan. I did an instructional agenda, which I'm going to show you in just a second. I did a flyer. Go ahead and bring all that up. So this is what I submitted. So I had my how to access student reports, how to share students, and in the instructional tools cheat sheet for all the teachers, those are my handouts. Then I had a lesson plan, my instructional agenda. Bring it up. It looks like this. Had the day and the time. It had the goal, and then it had the items that we were going to go through, and it had a spot for them to take notes. One second. There we go. My flyer I made to go along with it. Google survey for them to take. I had about 12 people come, so my questions and the table, and then the different results from the survey, and then I wrote a narrative about the different results and my follow-up plans. So that is my project, and like I said, I tried to follow the different things from the rubric, so hopefully you enjoyed it. Thanks.